Reasons why the INTJ life is so hard. Strategic thinkers are said to be people with the INTJ personality type. One of their greatest assets is their ability to anticipate concerns and develop excellent contingency plans that prevent catastrophe and avert disaster. Their perspectives of the world tend to be quite imaginative, as they spend the most of their time in the realm of their intuition. This type of thinking is characterized by an emphasis on visuals and patterns, as well as their interpretation and application, taking into account the meaning of words, procedures, and prospective consequences. In addition to their innate abilities, many INTJs may struggle with certain aspects of their personalities. Being self-sufficient, a little arrogant, and a social misfit are all traits that are usually connected with being a social pariah. Although INTJs have a strong personality, it is not usually what makes things difficult for them. There is also the ability to discern the wider picture, in addition to being exceptionally intelligent and knowing the underlying meaning of nearly everything. Components of an INTJ's worldview that can show up from time to time, adding to the confusion. It will be substantially more difficult for them. Today, Ebline is going to discuss the reasons why the INTJ life is so hard. Every INTJ is different, therefore pay attention to the end of this video since you could relate with some of the reasons why the INTJ life is so hard. I'm almost certain you haven't connected the majority of things to the INTJ personality type. Let's get this bash going. Welcome to Ebline's latest mind-blowing video. To ensure that you do not miss any of the latest videos, please click the subscribe button. Working with an INTJ might be challenging. Persistence, academic arrogance, and a dismissive attitude toward others are characteristics of the INTJ personality type. When it comes to constructive criticism, on the other hand, INTJs may view it as a source of self-improvement. They can lose sight of themselves because they are so enmeshed in their surrounds and the systems they are a part of. Failures, while focusing on the failures of others. When they are at their best, an INTJ is not frightened of other people's advice or comments. They are either inclined to consider or dismiss comments as unfounded. INTJs, on the other hand, may show some resistance to criticism as well as a reluctance to take responsibility. Yes, on occasion. INTJs can deteriorate into know-it-alls and arrogant elitists who are dismissive of others' abilities at their worst. Others, as well as almost everyone who fails to meet their unrealistic standards, are loathed by them. A set of criteria and expectations. When others misunderstand them, an INTJ may believe it is due to their own ineptness or lack of communication abilities. Rather than taking responsibility for their own actions, they place blame on others. As long as you don't remove yourself completely from others, being self-assured isn't necessarily a bad trait. Any and all suggestions are appreciated. It should go without saying that this can be a difficult chore in an INTJ's daily life. An INTJ with lousy manners can be annoying. When it comes to expressing criticism and ideas, the INTJ is well known for being brutally honest. In their conversation, they are honest and straightforward. INTJs don't see the sense in sugarcoating the truth or using flowery language to hide their actual feelings in most situations. They make an effort to explain their ideas clearly and effectively, but they still make blunders. They don't consider how their remarks will be perceived by others. Also connected with this is the fact that an INTJ's communication style may be cold and formal. Introverted feeling, an INTJ's third function, may have a role in their drive to communicate with people. This sincerity isn't sleazy in the least. An INTJ, on the other hand, is noted for having a dark sense of humor. It is sometimes inappropriate for the situation. Even if it is inadvertent, INTJs can be readily influenced by their insensitive remarks and harsh critiques. This isn't what they set out to do. Although it is clear that they are simply expressing the truth as they see it, this can be annoying to some people. An INTJ has a proclivity for missing out on the present moment. The ability to think long-term is well known among INTJs. Despite being more conservative, they were found to be more forward-thinking than any other MBTI type in research. This future-oriented attitude is linked to the INTJ's primary function of introverted intuition. INTJs are usually introverts who only leave the house when absolutely necessary, yet they have a secret urge to travel. A yearning for exciting encounters and to be fully awake. They are often absorbed in their work, and their minds are consumed with lots of complexity and pattern recognition, among other things. It is conceivable for INTJs to become so engrossed in their thoughts that they might forget to appreciate little pleasures in life. Nonconformity is a trait of an INTJ. INTPs are highly independent thinkers who will, in the vast majority of circumstances, do what they believe is right, without regard for society ideals or social traditions. When compared to other personality types, INTJs and INFJs are among the most unusual, and they may appear weird or out of place. They are also unimpressed by titles of authority, and if approached by one, they may become aggressive. This person may appear to an INTJ as attempting to compel or place unreasonable demands on them. This can exacerbate aspects of the INTJ's social and interpersonal issues, particularly in interpersonal relationships. When they are at their job site, they have a proclivity for isolating themselves in various ways, making it harder for others to interact with them. To function successfully, everyone, including INTJs, needed social interaction. They, on the other hand, will hardly jeopardize their principles or ideals for anything. To be picky isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's akin to missing the boat. There's a chance you'll miss out on some fantastic friendships. An INTJ is usually content at the end of the day, although it might cause problems in specific situations. If you've enjoyed this video so far, don't forget to hit the like button. This indicates to YouTube that you believe other people would benefit from seeing this video. The INTJ is frequently beset by romantic problems. Many INTJs prefer to remain alone and find it difficult to commit to a long-term relationship. They opt to live in solitude and hermitage for the most of their lives. They are always on the search for people who share their values, which might be tough to find. With other INFJs, many INTJs find themselves in good company. Their dating strategy is similar to that of taking a competitive exam, in which they play the role of an examiner seeking qualified applicants. For the post of romantic partner, an experienced individual is needed. They are more likely to think about a romantic prospect's long-term potential than short-term potential. Anyone who does not satisfy their practical criteria, regardless of age, will not be taken seriously regardless of how attractive or hot they are. INTJs can exhibit a confident and intelligent demeanor, which is appealing, but they can also be weak in other areas. The struggle to build emotional bonds and interpersonal connections, as well as social grace, are two facets of being human. Furthermore, INTJs have trouble expressing their emotions, and some INTJs may dismiss the notion of being emotional. It's feasible that a partner will expect them to have a specific level of emotional connection. The emotional lives of people who date INTJs and other rational types are typically dissatisfied either due to aloofness or a frigid demeanor from the INTJ. The INTJ has a proclivity for getting lost in the details. INTJs are sometimes less preoccupied with details and more interested with a broader perspective that is goal-oriented or centered on a single primary goal. To guide them through their decisions, they rely heavily on gut instincts and intuitive impulses. When they are anxious, INTJs have a propensity to become caught up in the intricacies of the problem, and they may lose sight of what is genuinely important. It's likely that they'll lose sight of the big picture while focusing just on a single issue. INTJs frequently miss sleep due to chronic worries and problems, particularly those involving money. INTJs may experience extreme rage and annoyance in particular situations, putting a strain on their interpersonal interactions. When their weaker extroverted sensing is in charge, INTJs have a tendency to go overboard doing things like singing, dancing, and exercising. These are examples of activities involving external sensory input that INTJs love, but might be considered by an INTJ as being unwelcome diversions that inhibit a person from achieving his or her goals. A challenging set of goals and critical job. INTJs are prone to disillusionment. According to research, the INTJ personality type is one of the most vulnerable to depression. Depression in one kind or another is a common occurrence. They are, ironically, the ones who report the least level of stress related to education, caring for others, and other responsibilities issues, such as aging parents, balancing home and work, health, and childcare. However, they report significant levels of stress at work, in personal relationships, and in other aspects of their lives. Finances. INTJs have a tendency to lead themselves into paths that are not what they expected. INTJs may create up visions in their heads of what they believe success and the ideal life should entail. That is a ruse and an unreasonable expectation. As a result, INTJs may become too concerned with monetary gains as a source of validation. They may get resentful as a result of their disappointment if they are unable to achieve this aim. Failure to meet their objectives might have a significant negative influence on the INTJ's mental health self-image. Despite the fact that most INTJs are happy with their life and would not trade them for anything, they value these things and can creep in from time to time and make their day-to-day lives more challenging for them. Tell us in the comments section where you are watching us from. INTJs and people who are interested on knowing more about this personality type should watch one of the videos currently playing on your screen. Don't forget to hit the like button and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it and become a subscriber to our YouTube channel. Send this video to at least 2 friends or your favorite group chat to spread the love. After all, sharing is caring. To stay up to speed with our latest videos, click the bell symbol. Until the next time. Take care.